but I'll be on it always, always and forever.
Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. For those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Raegan, and today's video is kind of like a different video. This is like my first little sit down talk with me type video. It's kind of like a little story time video, but not really. I just want to like provide like some insights. So we read the title, so you kind of already know like what I'm discussing. And basically, we're going to be talking about my pre-med journey, and we're going to be talking about college in general. Major changes, what it means to be in college, like different things that you navigate, like kind of like for some of you guys, like it may be new for you as well. And I'm still learning. I'm a sophomore, so I'm still kind of like learning things like as I go. And it's been very difficult to figure out. So I just thought I'd make this video because I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I never knew like what I really want to talk about. I knew I wanted to talk about major changes, but I wanted to be more specific. And I wasn't sure at the time if I was going to drop pre-med or not, but I did. So I decided to make this video because I thought it could be very helpful to someone else who's maybe struggling with maybe what they want to do, or if they're also struggling in that pre-med journey. So I thought it'd be very helpful to somebody. Before I officially start, we're going to talk about my past, well, not past, but you know, like a little background information about me, how I got to college, why I chose pre-med, what led me to choose it, what happened during, and why I decided to just fully let it go, and what I'm doing now. I graduated high school 2022, and I always knew that I wanted to go to college. Well, my parents heavily enforced me that it'd be a good idea for me to go to college. Of course I wanted to go anyways. It's not like I was forced to go, because I did want to go to college. Of course I wanted that experience, as many people do. They want that college experience, you know, of living on campus, going to classes, making friends, going to parties, and all this different kind of stuff. All that stuff is like included, so like of course it's like really fun like once you like get here. If I'm being completely honest, I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. Like, you know that question that people ask you, like, what do you like to do? Like, what do you want to be? Like, I always hate that question. I feel like the more I got older and the more I got like towards senior year or junior year of high school, people kept asking me like, oh, what do you think about doing with your life? Like, what do you want to go to college at? A lot of things were like unknown to me. College was like definitely like in my head, like enforced into my head, like ever since like I want to say middle school. I was like in this enrichment program throughout middle school, and their main slogan was like college period. Like, stay focused, go to college, be somebody. You know, it's not technically a bad thing, but I just never pictured myself like not going, you know. And so and also too when I was in middle school, like our teachers, like our homeroom teachers' name, like they were named after colleges and universities. And I talked about this like recently. Like, if y'all read my blog, I talked about it in like my college decision process. I explained a little bit about why I chose the college where I'm at. So if you want to read up a little bit about that, or why I chose to come to this school, y'all can read that because I don't want to go into too much detail. But of course now I graduated, and now I go to Augusta University. So a lot of people like didn't know that I was a pre-med major, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So when I first got here to college, well, when I was applying at colleges at the time, I wanted to be a business major, and I wanted to do like specifically digital marketing. I didn't know why I wanted to do business, but I don't know, I saw myself as being like a businesswoman. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I feel like I discovered that during COVID of the pandemic. I wanted to open my own lip gloss business. I wanted to, because I love makeup, so I was hoping to eventually expand to having my own makeup brand, but that didn't happen, so I ended up starting to blog. So I applied, so every school I applied to, I did business. And then but I knew I also loved children. So I don't know, I wanted to do something with children, but look, 'cause a lot of people was telling me at the time that they see me being a teacher. I technically just didn't know if I saw that for myself. I do love kids, but I can never teach anybody about anything. Like, I cannot explain things very well. So I was like, I don't know if being a teacher is exactly for me. Like, I don't know. I just didn't know if being a teacher was for me. So I kind of kept it at the back of my head, and I just felt like I just had all these different types of majors and types of jobs just thrown at me. It's just like, how do you pick one? How do you know which one is for you? And that was like the scary thing for me, because I didn't know what path to take, you know. And then fast forward to when I get here to college. So at this time, when I filled out, so when it was decided that I was going to go to Augusta, I was still under a pre-med major. Not pre-med, what am I talking about? I was still under a business major. And so I feel like I went ahead and decided to change my major. I was deciding between nursing and education. I didn't know which one I wanted to do, because I had looked into being I forgot, a neonatal nurse, but I didn't know, because medical just hasn't been something that I was particularly interested in. But how do you know you like it if you never try it? So I decided not to do the neonatal. I decided not to do nursing. So I decided to do education just to play it safe. So my first semester of college, last fall, 2022. No, not last fall. The fall before that. Fall 2022, I was an education major. And I had to take education classes, and I had to do hours in a nearby elementary school. I loved the kids there. It was great. Like, the kids were cute. They were so funny, and like, they loved me. But I just didn't know if I saw myself doing that, you know, being a teacher. Like, it was like the classroom was really cute. I feel like I could see myself doing it, but I don't think it's something that I wanted to do. I don't know. I'm still like, I don't know. 'Cause it's kind of weird, but I'm gonna get more into it. So, and then after that, because like, I feel like at the time, all my friends were pretty much nursing, bio, pre-med. And I was technically the only education besides another person that I knew. It was just like, dang, like, y'all gonna do something real good with y'all lives. I'm just a teacher. And I hate that I really felt that way. And I feel like I felt that way because I'm a first generation college student. And I just felt like I'm like the last, not the last, but in my immediate family, I'm technically the last person to actually go to college and do something. So I just feel like all eyes are on me waiting to see what I'm gonna do. And I have all eyes on me waiting to see that I'm gonna be a teacher. And I feel like that's a bad way to think about it. I just feel like I had to do something big. Choose a big league career, make good money so that I can actually like help my family out. Because let's be honest, like, none of us grew up rich. So of course, like, we had hard times. I know my past, for me, like, I did not grow up. I had a good childhood and things like that, but as I grew up, I started to see how hard it was being an adult. And I really wanted to not worry about that. Like, so when I have kids, I could give, like, you know, I don't want my kids to have to worry about that, you know, struggling or anything like that. So I wanted to like do the best. And also because too, I went to school like kind of like in a rich neighborhood kind of, and all these kids going to concerts and everything, and I couldn't really afford to go to concerts. I was like, I want to do that. I want my kids to be able to do all this stuff that I wasn't able to do. Anyways, but yeah, I just feel like I had to pick a big league career. And so I decided to be real ballsy and go ahead and switch my major to being psych pre-med. I was looking into like careers and things that I would be interested in the medical field, and I came across a job called cosmetic dermatology. I thought about being a dermatologist before. It's nothing new, but I didn't know the different aspects. I was stuck between pediatric dermatology and cosmetic, but I feel like cosmetic really fit me because I love makeup. I love everything to do with that, you know, the skin, keeping skin clear. I love that stuff. So I was like, oh, this is really cute for me. But it was not so cute when we got to take in those classes, though. It was not cute at all. So like, fast forwarding, so after fall, my major was switched to psych pre-med. And when I tell y'all I had the hardest time, I had the hardest time. It wasn't, the psychology class was easy. I took one psych class, psych 1101, and then I took biology 1107. 1107 is one of the hardest bio classes, more advanced, especially if you're going the nursing or pre-med route. Like, that's the class you want to take. So I failed that class my spring semester. I think I probably could have passed it, like maybe 2 more points. Maybe, I can't remember my grade, but I failed. I did not pass it. So I was like really devastated because the semester before that I also failed bio 1101, which was not good either. I'm just not good at science. Like, literally being here, like, in college, like, the science classes and the math classes were like really hard, and I feel like it's harder for me because this is not high school. Like, literally, like in 9th grade when I struggled with biology, my bio teacher literally let me stay after school, do some extra credit, help me get my grade up. There's none of that here in college. You cannot make it up. Like, your grade is your grade. And tutoring helps a little bit, but I felt like specifically I just wasn't getting it. I just couldn't. Failed math my first semester of college in bio 1101. Then fast forwarding to, and then in the spring semester I took bio 1107 and the bio 711 lab. I did pass the lab. I got a C, which I was trying to get a B, but I did the best that I could because, let's be fair, my lab was at 8 a.m. It was, I completely failed bio. And so I was like, okay, I got this again next semester. Took some summer classes, did good, got A's and B's, great. My GPA was technically already tanked after the first semester of college. And not saying that it tanked even more after the second one, but it still wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, not what I'm used to. And so going to the fall semester of 2023, this semester, so I retook 1107 and then I took chemistry. Y'all, when I tell you, fall 2023 semester was the worst semester of my life. The worst semester. I hated it. I hated it so much. I feel like that was the breaking point for me when I realized that this pathway is just not for me. Y'all, so when I tell y'all science is like really, really hard, it's really, really hard. I just could not get past it. Chemistry literally sucked the living life out of me. I just couldn't get anything. Went to tutoring, couldn't get anything. Their tutors making me look bad. Well, not the tutors. The other people that was in the tutor session making me look bad. I just could not get anything. And I tried the best that I could. I feel like it's all that matters. But I completely failed. When I say failed, I mean failed with an F. When I felt bio with a D. Y'all, I have never, ever in my life got an F on my, like, report card, progress report, nothing. Not even a C or a D. So it was really hard to accept that also in the previous semesters. But an F, that literally, like, just really broke me because I feel like I'm a really bad student. Like, I'm dumb. Like, that was a first for me. And I was just like, I just can't continue to keep going through with these science classes because after Chem 1, I gotta go to Chem 2, then OChem 1, OChem 2, physics, who knows what else, pre-calc. I just can't do it because knowing that I struggle already so much trying to get past it, it just, it means to no end. I just couldn't see myself doing it anymore. So it was really hard for me to accept that pre-med wasn't for me after that because I wanted to keep with it, but I just knew deep down that if I kept with it, it would be over. I had breakdowns in the chem lab because I could not understand anything that was going on. It was like literally the most emotional time for me because I'm like, what is happening? What am I going to do with my life? Like, what am I going to do? Like, if I stop pre-med, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not going to have an important job. I can't just stick with psychology. Like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't go back to education because literally we're already halfway through. Like, if I go back to education, it'll take me longer to graduate. Not that it's like a rush or a competition to see who's going to graduate first, but I wouldn't go back to education unless I was 100% sure that's something that I wanted to do. So I just decided to leave education alone with that. So being that when I came to the decision that I was going to drop, I had a few conversations with my mom, a few conversations with my advisors, some of my friends, and I just really decided that pre-med was just not for me. And I hated it, and I hated that it wasn't. And I really wish it was because I'm so jealous of all y'all doctors and nurses, wannabes, well, not wannabes, sorry, but it's aspiring nurses and doctors. I'm really really jealous of y'all because y'all know like what y'all want to do. Y'all are smart. Not saying that I'm not smart, but you get the point. I'm just not smart in that way. My brain just doesn't work that way. Like, my brain is just more of a creative person. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm more of the artistic side. Like, I'm just not anything medical. And it's crazy because I knew deep down that medical was just nothing. It was never something I was interested in. And I feel like I really wanted it to be because I really wanted to be the first in my family to like be a doctor or something, because I've heard in my family that nobody's been a doctor, nobody's been a lawyer, and I feel like I'm the last one. I have to be the one to do it, and I feel like I failed because I failed chemistry. When I say I failed my final, y'all, I bombed it. There was no chance of me passing the class. It was awful. I feel like a failure. I feel like a failure to my family. I was like, what am I even doing in college? Like, this sucks. And honestly, y'all, I feel like everybody goes to this at one point or another, because I know that there are some students who just come to college, do bio pre-med with a minor in physics and minor in botany, all this stuff. They do all this stuff and get 4.0s, and it's just not fair. But then there are some people who actually really do like try hard, but they show that they're progressing. And I feel like it's so hard to accept that some of us are just not straight 4.0 students, because it's okay not to be, you know, like it's okay that you're not. And, you know, I don't mean that like in a bad way, like for those who do have 4.0s, like y'all are awesome, like y'all are smart, good for y'all. But also for those who are not, like if you're still stuck in the twos, the mid twos, that's okay too. You're still making it, you're still in good standing, you still have time to improve. And I feel like I'm accepting that right now. So what I'm doing now, I've decided to keep my psychology degree because I'm already like halfway through it, and I like psychology. Psychology is cool. But it's been a little bit discouraging because I keep hearing people saying, oh, that's the worst major to ever major in. You're never going to do anything with psychology. But then I hear some people say you can do a lot with psychology. So it's just like, I don't know. It's very difficult. But I feel like I'm just like sticking the path and trusting God, because I really felt God was speaking to me like throughout the entire fall 2023 semester that pre-med just isn't for you. And it's okay that it's not. And you're not any less than because it's not for you. You're still smart. You're still capable of doing so much. Like there's so many things that you're good at. So I try to keep that in mind as I'm doing this. So my plan now, what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for jobs in psychology that I might be interested in doing. And I'm thinking about pediatric psychology now. I'm not sure if that'll end up being something that I want to do. But that's the career path that I'm interested in right now. I did, in addition to my major, I'm thinking about having a business minor and a Spanish minor. So I'm really trying to spice it up a little bit. Just it's not pre-med, but it's something, you know. But I feel like it's a lesson like to all those out there. If you are like on the fence about if you should do pre-med, or if you're on the fence about quitting, I would say just listen to your inner voice. Like, what is your inner gut telling you? If you know deep down that it's just not for you, it's okay. Like, I know you feel like you're going to disappoint your family or your friends or whoever it is that you don't want to disappoint, maybe even yourself, but it's not a disappointment. It's a self-realization that something isn't for you, and it's okay to find what is for you. I feel like that's what college is for. Like, the really truth about being here in college is that college is hard. Like, it's not easy. Like, and when I used to hear people say college is hard back in high school, I used to get terrified. I'm like, why is college hard? Like, I always made straight A's. Like, I can't afford to fail. But I feel like it's hard because curriculum is different. There's no extra help. Sometimes the teachers was right. The teachers was right this time. Like, some of the teachers was right. Because, you know, like, when you were back in like middle school, like right in elementary school, right before you got to make that transition, like, oh, the teacher's not gonna be like that in middle school, and then you get to middle school and the middle school teachers say, oh, they're not gonna be like that when you get to high school, and it's literally like they're the same, nothing changed. But I will say, like, in college there are some professors that will work with you and help you, but it might not be on the level as you're used to in high school, because you might have to put in a little bit more work, but it's still there. But some professors are just a-holes. Like, they're just terrible. Like, they're not it. Like, some of them are just not. Like, they're just awful. But that's what being in college is really about. It's about finding yourself, finding the path that you want. It's not just about making 4.0 all the way through. You know, of course, keep your grades up and everything like that, but also don't forget in the midst of that, find who you are, find your passions, find what you love. Like, that's the point. You know, college is self-exploration, and I feel like I'm still finding myself. Like, literally, like, this past semester was hard. You know, as I mentioned in my previous video, I was going through a major like depression and like a sense of loneliness because things weren't the same and how they used to be. And then also too, I'm growing up, I have to make all these decisions. It's just a lot that goes on, and I feel like if you are like struggling with that, like it's, you should also like maybe like try reaching out to like your psychological services like department if you want to. Not saying you're crazy or nothing, but if you want to, you feel like you just need to talk to somebody that's not a family member or a close friend or a boyfriend. Like, it's very helpful, because I feel like I had to, like, I literally stooped so low that I feel like I had to do that, and it really helped me. It doesn't help everybody, but it's there for a resource. Technically, like, the gist of this video, like, don't stress yourself don't stress yourself out over a major that you know that isn't for you. And I feel like that's what I was doing, trying to keep up with everybody else, trying to seem important, but it's not really about that. It's about you finding yourself, finding your niche, your passion, your career goals. Like, that's what it's about. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini story time video. I hope it was helpful. Like, if you have any like further questions about it, I'd be like really happy to like, you know, talk to y'all, like comment, message me, talk to me, like if you see me. But that's what I just wanted to like, just really just want to share this with y'all, because I feel like it was on my heart to share it. You know, just stay the course, don't give up. You will find what's for you. I know I probably haven't found it yet. Who said that psychology, like pediatric psychology, is for me, but I may not have found it yet, but I know that I will. Just keep the faith, keep trusting in God, and stay the course. You will be fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more story times, more girl talks, chit chats, any topics that you're interested in me talking about, like put them all in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Said you got a boyfriend. Fuck that gotta do with me. I know you wanna come slide through. We finna fucking and smoke on these trees. When he not there, baby, I'm the one.